And we're live! What's up, fellas? Ryan,
John.
Zach.
and this is the weekly spill.
How's it going, everybody? I'm gonna give people a few seconds to start pouring in here before we start talking about all our headlines of the week.
How was your work weeks, guys? Mine sucked.
Ditto.
Yes. John,
Well, I
I'm
don't-
guessing
yeah,
you did
I don't-
okay.
I don't work.
You play video games, you did alright. You goddamn
I gave up working years ago.
I wish. I wish I could just sit at home and play video games.
Alright, well, you looked at video games.
No, I didn't even have a chance to watch the Game Awards. Speaking of the Game Awards, did Marvel announce? Because
We're gonna go over it today.
Yeah,
actually.
okay,
we
so-
saw
yeah.
we watched both
Because I searched it up. I typed in Games Award 2018 Marvel
Yeah.
announcement. Nothing came up, and I was really hot actually.
Nothing came up.
Yeah, nothing came up.
We're gonna talk about today.
I did it right after the Game Award because I had missed it.
Okay.
Yeah, so nothing popped up. But aren't they supposed to? Isn't it the directors of the
Okay, so
Avengers?
yeah, we will talk about that
Yeah.
real quick, but then I want to get because there's a certain order that I have the headlines in. So we're gonna go movies, shows, video games.
Oh, we need that light on.
Alright,
Yeah.
that works.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, and they kind of go in that order. So real quick, let me just make sure everybody's kind of updated here.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Do it.
All right, I think everybody's. I'm gonna send out my texts. Dude, Jesus.
Beam me up.
Jesus, is that you?
Let
that you,
Good.
God?
It
It's me,
looks
Mark.
good though. It's a good light.
Yeah,
And it's a speaker.
there we go. That's. Hey, it speaks to me. This lighting.
I am
so yeah. So we're gonna start off with movies, right?
Yep.
First of all, let me get to it actually.
First.
All right, so the Avengers Endgame trailer officially released. You haven't seen it.
No.
You and I saw it.
Yes.
I sent it to you.
Yes.
What did you think about it?
I liked it. It made me want more.
Okay.
It made me think a lot to what the one guy at the end of the trailer, where they're gonna go from that point on.
Yeah.
So well, I know kind of where they're gonna go from that point on, but why?
Yeah. See, my thing is people have been waiting for a long time, or what seems like a long time for this trailer, right? Because it has been less than a year
Yes.
since Infinity War.
Yeah, since the
But it seems like it's been a long time because people are just like, when's the trailer gonna drop for the next one, you know? And they finally drop it, and it's just shy of 2.5 minutes of just people moping around. It's like we get it. we all saw.
yeah.
Like the trailer even has the narration by Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Basic Widow. Sorry, she I hate Black Widow, dude. I hate her so much. Where she recaps everything that happened. Where she's like, oh yeah, Thanos won, we failed, and it's like, we know.
So it seems again, like I said, when I saw, because I didn't watch the trailer, but when I saw the headline, it just said Avengers trailer. It seems like someone in editing messed up, and it was supposed to be made a teaser trailer because
Yeah.
if it's just a recap, it's not really, what are you getting
It's
people
basically
hyped for?
sitting around.
Yeah, you're just talking
You
about
got
what
Tony
already
in
happened.
space.
So that was the one thing in the trailer I think that actually that's the one thing that actually gave me a reaction was the trailer begins with Tony in space sending a message to Pepper and the stuff that he says.
Okay.
Really kind of hit home, because you could tell that he's already distraught from everything that happened in the first movie and everything. And then they cut to the Marvel Studios 10-year logo.
Mm-hmm.
And from then on, it's just Cap and Black Widow, I guess, talking back and forth about what are we going to do? We're going to do something. Otherwise, we're going to do nothing. And it's like, duh.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Yeah.
like they showed the real quick shot of Hawkeye. It's like he's gonna be in this,
Oh, cool.
and then that was pretty much it.
That sounds fun.
It was.
Yeah, there wasn't
It was.
really
What was
any
the-
excitement.
what- was there a music, like a song?
It was the
Tailored
the
to it?
usual.
Oh, okay, so just the instrumentals.
Yeah. No. No.
that
Really
Hans
singing.
Zimmerman stuff.
No,
Yeah.
no, like it wasn't the identifiable like
Because as you
Avengers theme.
as you were like saying it, I just wanted to be like, I hurt myself today.
They should have had like a slow.
They should've- and it would have been dope. And I would have been like, you can't do that because Logan already did that. But I
They
can
should've
feel
had
the pain though.
They should have had like a slow, like soft orchestral version,
Song, yeah,
like a choir version of the Avengers theme is slow.
yeah.
But yeah, it was uneventful, and it's crazy because we had just in the next headline actually we're gonna be talking about Captain Marvel, the Captain Marvel trailer that they put out.
You mean
That
Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel,
That sounds about right.
Captain Marvel trailer.
She's gonna end this trailer.
She. She's gonna-
And it sucks
she's
to
gonna
make
end
fun
it.
of her because that's my girl. But like, oh, her,
So you watched the trailer?
yeah, her, like both trailers, she's just so monotone and like, there's no, like, I don't,
See that is
yeah.
that's
And
the
then,
thing is like those trailers. As much as we've been giving them like oh god, this kind of looks boring. They're still more interesting than the teaser for this final Avengers film.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping I'm really hoping that they're just trying to like save all the moments with other
Yeah.
characters for later.
As they should.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm really hoping that if they whenever they release the next trailer, they show something that like people are like, okay, I'm back in, because people are really lukewarm to this Avengers trailer.
Yeah.
But like I said, Captain Marvel, that trailer came out.
Maybe they're going back to, early 2000, back in the days when the trailers were,
Yeah, I'm sure they're like, hey, you know what, guys?
here it is, a
Let's
trailer.
make this whole thing 90s.
They should have included.
Well,
the,
no, not just for Captain
Bro.
Marvel. I mean for the Infinity War Part 2.
Oh, okay.
They
Maybe
should,
it's
include the early 90s narration.
Oh, the
In a
guy.
world.
Yeah.
Put your kids to bed and get ready.
Watch
I
out for this one. And Arnold Schwarzenegger busts through the screen.
Avengers back in action.
Because I think it was
Terminators
I think
mixed
it'd be good if they went back to where the trailers didn't really show much of the movie.
Marty McFly
Yeah.
flies into.
Yeah, where it was just like little
DeLorean.
pieces of like stuff like that.
See, I think they could do that, but like, if they wanted to do that, like show at least one action shot.
Yeah, of
Right?
course. No,
And
of course.
not even show like a full action set piece, just a quick snippet of something like exploding and then somebody like a reaction like and then that right there would have made this trailer go from a C to an A.
People expect trailers to. Well, the trailers are the movies nowadays.
Yeah.
Like there's some movies that I've seen that, man, oof, I wish I didn't watch the trailer, because there were certain things in the trailer or stuff that were said or certain scenes that would have been so much funnier or
Amazing
would have
Spider-Man
hit,
2.
or would have hit harder had I not watched the trailer. And that's why I'm trying not to watch trailers anymore.
Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
They showed Doomsday in the trailer.
Yeah, that's true. They should have
And
not
Wonder
done
Woman,
that.
Superman, and Batman.
They should have just showed like his like little release explosion, and then in the background, rawr, like a roar and stuff, and then
Just
boom,
cut to black.
and then just people, and then people would have been like, oh my god,
Yeah.
what is that?
Well, even that, like, I feel like they shouldn't have even shown that at the time. But I mean, that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Captain Marvel trailer that released, it feels a lot like the first one, in my opinion, in tone. Like, you usually have the first one that kind of like sets up the tone and like introduces you. The next trailer is like more action and stuff.
Hits you in the face.
Exactly. This one flicked you in the nose the first time, and then the second time flicked you in the nose again.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Like it's the same thing, just kind of like different music.
It was.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't know too much about the character other than
She's dope.
the only thing I know from that character is when Rogue stole her powers, and that's about it.
I literally know
Oh, yeah,
nothing about
X-Men,
Captain
yeah.
Marvel.
Oh yeah, the OG way that
Yeah.
Rogue got her abilities. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the only
From
thing I know
animated
about
series.
Captain Marvel, and
That's
that's
the
it.
good stuff.
Like,
So okay, so you know a fair bit about Captain Marvel, the comics or something.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
What kind of personality does she have? Is she like really emotional, or is she like more robotic?
She plays. So, did you guys read Civil War 2?
no,
No.
I just did
Okay.
the first one.
So, picture. I'd say if you're going comic book wise, she's kind of a female Tony, but more gung ho. Like again, for the example, and I'm just using it because that's kind of what her thing is. She
Okay.
plays a pilot.
Okay.
She's Tom Cruise from Top Gun. Like she's literally, it's like, yo, we got something to do. Let's go do this. She's gung ho. Like she
Gotcha.
wants to get stuff done. Like she has to get stuff done.
Yeah.
That's her character. Like she's really cocky. But she's about it. Like 100%. There's an issue somewhere. Let's go handle it. Doesn't really care. Rushes in blind. And handles the situation. Because with her abilities, it's like, who cares? I can just
What's
I
her,
can just go
what's
in.
her abilities?
Ooh.
Super
Depends on
strength?
who's writing. It really depends on who's writing.
Based on what we've seen from the movie, what do you think her skills are going to be? Like, what do you think her main power is going to be in this universe? Because I guess they have to use a specific power.
Her, I almost said uni blasts, but uni is not the correct word.
Uni
They showed her going like Super Saiyan at one point.
Yeah, her binary mode.
Okay.
Binary mode is her. Yeah, I guess it would be her
Super Saiyan mode?
Yeah.
And her hair literally just.
Yeah. I think personally in the trailer, I think it looked better when she had the helmet on.
Yeah.
But when it was
For
just
sure.
but when it was just like her and then her hair going up, I was just like,
Captain Goku.
yeah, I
Captain
don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
9,000 power!
Yeah. Her
Someone should do that.
her binary mode is just it's just basically like a step up, like just a juiced up more version of her where she can kind of just she kind of had absorbed so much cosmic energy that she's just
Emitting.
just
Gotcha. Okay.
infinite power.
Cosmic energy.
Gotcha. Okay.
But she's a great character. She was, if I remember correctly, there was a time where she did go by the name Binary, and that's why it's called Binary Mode, if I remember correctly. She's had a couple different names
Guys,
for the comics.
no longer call me Captain Marvel. Call me Binary.
Let's call you Carol.
Binary?
Yeah.
It's just,
That same Hawkeye is now Ronin.
Yeah.
You know.
That's much cooler
Well,
than
the same way Cap, Cap is, what's his name?
Oh yeah,
Steve.
Nomad.
Yeah, Nomad, because it's just,
Fugitive man.
then you step up from there.
I have no rules where I'm from.
No country guy.
Nomad.
The unpatriot. Yeah.
My president is an iceberg.
Captain No America.
But I mean, I'm when the movie comes out, I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely want to see where it goes,
Yeah.
obviously, but from the trailer, like, I can't tell if it's the character that she's supposed to be playing or if it's her acting, or maybe it's just the directing, but she just seems so, just like, not there. She just doesn't, she looks like she's
Like
just a robot.
Like she's not
like a
interested.
Terminator,
Yeah,
like a
Like
Super
another-
Saiyan Terminator.
Like another famous, female actress that we all know and love. Kristen
one?
Stewart.
Like, yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. She's very much so like she's
Where her
like
mouth's
she's not
open
really
and flies
interested.
can fly in and fly out.
It's like she's not really interested in being in the scene.
I think she's but you gotta remember she's also playing. She's lost. She's confused.
I get that, but I mean,
So-
it doesn't come across as that
Yeah.
in the movie.
Well, no,
in the
and-
trailer.
and-
Sorry
it's
guys,
true.
I have to act like this because I'm lost and confused.
I mean, also that I just thought about it. It doesn't even validate that point because at this point she's the leader of a leader of a Kree little secret Black Ops agent group, and she's been in fights and battles. So it's just I don't know. It's weird. And that scene, I didn't. The scene with the so you guys are noble heroes, and she's like,
Noble
we're
warriors.
noble. Yeah, we're
No
whatever.
warrior hero.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
I'm a warrior hero.
I'm like, really? There was a need to correct the man about that. Like, you had to give yourself some
Well,
extra.
if she's going by the way the trailer is, she should have pronounced it her rose, because they always
Her
have to
rose?
speak, both they had to be her
Well,
a
they're
hero.
well, they're
They're playing.
it's
They're playing the
Hollywood,
girl.
and they're playing the
Yes, but they're acting like Wonder Woman never happened.
Well, they have to. Marvel's a completely different.
Yeah.
They're their own body, so like due to that, they have to. Yeah, they basically have to pump up their female trailers to show.
But you know what's funny
That it never
is
happened.
that when this trailer came out,
But I can already tell you, it's not going to be better than Wonder Woman. That's
Did-
just that's a very strong feeling that I
Yeah.
have.
Do you guys
It's
ever have
not.
that moment where someone says Wonder Woman and you hear the theme song and you're like from the new?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, every time
Fire.
someone says Wonder Woman, I'm like, oh,
It's Junkie XL. Hans Zimmer.
Oh god, it's so good. And I love when people have it as their ringtone, because like their phone will go off and I was like, I'll stop what I'm doing, just you with your phone. But yeah, like David Sandberg, who is directing Shazam,
Yeah.
he did he saw a poll on Variety. Variety took a poll that said like, which of these movies are you most excited about seeing in 2019, and a lot of people, I mean most people said Avengers 4,
Of course.
and then second place was Shazam, and then third place was Captain Marvel, and then fourth place was Spider-Man. And
Whoa, really?
yeah, right.
Wow.
And Spider-Man's like, it was like 4% of people wanted to
Wow.
see. Yeah, it was crazy. But I think because like the other movies have already had a push, they already had trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Spider. We haven't had a trailer yet for
just set
Wait.
photos
Homecoming
far from
from the
home.
kitchen.
I don't
Not
know.
home at all.
Jake Gyllenhaal has been putting some stuff on Instagram lately.
God.
I was I saw his little. I was on Snapchat with the comic, and he's just
like,
like,
"What the?"
what? And I'm just like, yo. I was like, yo, just put the comic down and go somewhere, man. Like, dude, I'm so sick of
No, you don't want him?
I'm just not like a better him to play Mysterio than to play Batman.
Yes.
I don't really care. He could have been picked for anybody as long as it's not Batman. I don't
That would
care.
have been terrible.
There's something about Jake Gyllenhaal that I just don't really.
Care for.
Yeah, I don't know why, but.
But to finish what I was saying a second ago, the Captain Marvel, the whole poll that they took, Shazam beat Captain Marvel in terms of people wanting to see a movie, and David Sandberg posted that on his thing. He was like, the original Captain Marvel.
That's funny.
Like people want to see the original Captain Marvel, not
Captain Marvel.
that one.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
Well,
It's crazy.
she's not always like in later comics she becomes Miss Marvel, right?
Well, yeah, like I said, she goes through a bunch of different names.
Yeah.
So she's Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Binary.
Because when she was Miss Marvel, that's when Rogue took her powers.
Yeah, when she was Miss Marvel.
She had the black suit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's before. Yeah.
Okay.
And then later she became Captain. Actually,
Oh,
she
sounds good.
became Captain in 04. Give or take. It was a crossover issue with her and Spider-Man, if I remember.
I just got like with seeing the trailers though, like it gave me like the Guardians of the Galaxy vibe where she's lost. She's
Yeah.
like, I keep on seeing these visions of me being on Earth, and then now she's on this alien planet. So same thing happened to
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I mean, there are parallels though. I mean, like Ronan, the Accuser, is going to be in this. The Kree. You
Yeah.
know, it's similar things that tie these
Yeah,
movies together.
the one guy who in the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy, where
the black dude.
where he's
Yeah,
just like, I'm Star-Lord, and he's like, you're who?
Who?
He's in the
Oh, yeah,
in the,
Korath.
he's part of her group actually.
No.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how their Kree, because Krees are like, they're hardcore about their people, their race, their religion, and all that stuff. So it's gonna be crazy to see how those two get corrupted, especially Ronan,
Mhm.
how he gets corrupted and goes to working for Thanos. Like that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
if they do it correctly.
Yeah. And like the one more thing about it was you have Nick Fury in this where he's
Young
like
Nick.
de-aged and he's
Yeah.
got both eyes. And then a previous
now.
movie, what was it? It was what was the Winter Soldier where he said last time I trusted somebody I lost an eye.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that in this movie. I'm
Hopefully.
guessing.
Yeah. Yeah. we
And I'm
should.
guessing it's gonna have something to do with Skrulls
Yeah.
because they're devious.
Yeah.
You know.
I hope they change the scrolls later on in the movie. Hopefully these are just like
To look more
foot soldiers. I was telling Zach, like, I want super scrolls. I don't want, because when you have the team of super scrolls, that's when they are able to take over superpowers and stuff.
Yeah,
More
but
threatening.
super scrolls are more of a. It's more of a like, well,
So I'm wondering, like, well, the super scrolls were like a specialized team
yeah,
for the scrolls.
yeah.
So you had like other scrolls that were just like I said, foot soldiers. Like,
Gotcha.
So-
The pawns.
yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and move on real quick. So we
Sure.
can start getting through these. 'Cause we got a lot of headlines. Aquaman 2 already being discussed. Before the
Really?
movie even released, they have that much confidence in this movie
That's
that
awesome.
they're already discussing a sequel.
It's a Marvel film, so they'll do well.
Marvel.
That's what they're calling it. People
Yeah.
at DC are calling it. They're like, yeah, it's more Marvel, like, so that's why it's doing so well. So we'll see.
I mean, as long as
Just have James Wan do all the movies. Then.
there's all of the DC movies,
Yeah.
every single one. Speaking of DC movies, Plastic Man getting his own movie apparently. Also, so we got Blue Beetle, Blue Beetle,
Come on, man.
Zatanna,
Plastic
Plastic
Man.
Man, right? Flash and Superman have been put on the back burner. We got Supergirl, the movie.
Well, I'm telling you, they're taking these obscure characters first. They're like, we've tried these big time guys. Let's try the lower ends.
But I want to know what their end game is with this now, because they're not.
I don't think they
Told
have
you.
one.
Like I said last week, the smartest move, just drop one-shot movies. Who cares? You don't need to make a cohesive universe. You
Yeah.
don't. You could just drop a movie.
Yeah.
Focus on one film and just make it good. That's it. And then you can have, some of them show up in a thing, but don't do a super big thing again like Justice League unless you're gonna do it correctly.
Yeah.
The way that Zack Snyder had intended it. Well, basically the way God had intended it for the movie to be.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I agree. 100%.
I guess no one wants to watch this tonight.
Hey, this is gonna get views no matter what.
Yeah, whatever.
Hopefully. And then heading back over to, or going over to like shows, Netflix announced that they have a new Ghost in the Shell project for 2020. It's an anime movie with the original showrunner of the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex returning to help helm this.
It's good.
But yeah,
It's their smartest move is to bring back the
original creative team.
original teams. Yeah. Same for Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, it's good to bring back the original people who did it.
Exactly. Yeah, it makes me wonder what they think a live action version of Avatar.
Yeah,
would
of
be.
course. They're the one who dropped the cartoon or the anime, so it's going to be interesting to see. I think it's going to be very similar. It's going to stick to what made those shows great.
It would almost have to.
The
at this point.
the only issue I see is going to be casting. That's it. That's the only problem I see.
Casting.
Yeah.
For voices?
Just for the live action Avatar: Last Airbender.
Well, they said that they don't want to whitewash it. They want to get
I
yeah.
thought,
races.
dude, I'm way lost. I thought you were talking about Ghost in the fucking.
Well,
Yeah,
we
we
were,
yeah.
but they.
I totally missed the whole part of.
we were, but it's
You okay?
I'm good. No, I'm good. I thought you were talking about voice actors for
Oh.
Ghost in the Shell. Like,
I mean, they should bring back the original if they have.
If they can.
Yeah.
And then I heard the Last Airbender at the last part. I'm like, wait, what?
The Last Shell.
The last
Ghost in the Airbender.
well, that's what, and I'm automatically in my head. I was like, wait, they're mixing both of them together? Mind blowing.
But yeah, I want to throw that in there because I love Ghost in the Shell,
Yeah.
and I'm glad to get more of that.
Did
Even
you
though
like
it's
the
2020.
live action?
I did. I could recognize the flaws in it,
Hmm.
but I didn't hate it like a lot of people did. Especially like a lot of people refuse to see it just because that they whitewashed the character
Yeah.
or whatever. But that shouldn't ruin a movie.
Yeah.
Casting shouldn't ruin a movie. You know,
Yeah.
just like casting Brie Larson as Captain Marvel shouldn't ruin the movie. The movie will ruin the movie, but
Yeah.
Are
It
people
definitely-
saying that really?
Yeah.
they're saying that they don't want it like it was the worst. That's what's bringing the movie down is Brie Larson and all that stuff, and it's
Because
like,
she
that's-
got casted?
yeah.
Wow, I didn't hear that.
Like, people like legitimately hate Brie Larson, which is crazy.
She was in one of the best films to ever. Well, she was just in one of the best things, and there's not a lot of them to come out of Canada. So
Yeah,
just
Scott Pilgrim.
Yo, so I don't understand.
But yeah,
Dang, I did not know that. That's crazy.
yeah, no, there's a huge backlash because like people even like.
So who would
Captain Marvel
people
fans,
wanted? No names?
Not Brie Larson.
Oh wow.
Well, just like Ghost in the Shell when that first came out, they said Scarlett Johansson as Makoto, and people were like, not her, and it's like, okay, well, who? And it's like, well, not Scarlett,
Yeah.
you know. And it's
See,
like,
Scarlett Johansson is this generation's Mila Jovovich.
Well, same with Will Smith being Deadshot. You know, people got mad at that
Well,
too.
yeah, they just wanted someone white to do it.
No, not even that. I just don't like. When I saw, it, I was like, no, you can't do that. No.
No, like acting skills wise, Will Smith can do whatever he can. Man's talented.
He stole the movie for me. Like,
Yeah, he really did.
I wanted him to wear the mask more, not just because you know I like the mask. I thought that would be cool on his face,
No.
but
it's just easier to visualize Deadshot that way.
yeah.
But yeah, like I think, for me, when I go to movies, I love when movies let you just kind of like soak in
Yeah,
the atmosphere.
what you're taking.
If it's a really good story, just soak in the story, but it doesn't always have to have the best story. It doesn't
Yeah.
always have to have the best
Yeah.
casting. A movie's a movie,
Yeah.
you know, and people get so hung up on these things.
There's a lot of plain movies that are like just super plain movies that are really good.
Yeah.
Like Everybody Wants Some. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. It's just, it's like
Who doesn't want some?
you want you you get to the
That's
end.
the real
of
question.
You get to the end of the movie and you're just like, nothing really happened, but it was a good movie. Like that's just what it is.
I'm not sure if I wanted some.
No. It definitely won't let you on. So.
So anyway, we're gonna get over to video game stuff.
Yeah.
The Video Game Awards just happened.
Game
Awards. The Video Game Awards, it was.
You mean Red Dead Redemption
It
Awards?
I'm assuming that won the most.
It
Yeah.
won.
I'm gonna watch it when I go home, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming it won
It won.
every category.
It didn't win every category.
Ugh.
It actually.
So out of 20 categories, how much?
I think it won 3 or 4 awards. But I mean, they also had like they had esports categories. They had like people for like games for impact and like
That's good.
indie games, things like that. They had an indie game that was nominated for Game of the Year this year, which is amazing.
Which game was it?
Celeste.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense.
So I haven't had a chance to play it. I want to play it so bad.
Pretty good.
But yeah, it was nominated for Game of the Year. And
What's
like,
Celeste?
Celeste is a 2D side scroller game about a girl who's climbing a mountain. Apparently, that's all I know about it.
And you can play it on PlayStation?
They have it on PlayStation. I want
they
to
have
play
it
it on
on.
Switch.
They have it on Switch. Yeah.
It's on PlayStation 2 also.
Does it cost
Or even
money? Or is it
PlayStation
free?
also.
What is it?
Ooh, I don't know.
What? Celeste?
Yeah, was it? Yeah,
20.
It was
$20.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was free. I played it only because a friend downloaded it.
Yeah, the nominees for Game of the Year were Celeste, Monster Hunter World,
Of course.
What's this
Spider-Man,
shooter
God
shooter?
of War, Red Dead Redemption. I feel like I'm forgetting one. But yeah, it was like 2 of them were PlayStation exclusives.
Fortnite?
No, that was not nominated. But the Golden Joystick Awards gave Fortnite Game of the Year over Red Dead Redemption
Yeah.
because popularity.
Yeah.
Um,
Just making moves.
yeah. But I mean, they did the same thing with Overwatch the year that came out, disregarding every other game because of popularity.
Yeah.
You know, but this year for the Game Awards, they had the most popular online game, and that went to Fortnite. Or like the best ongoing experience went to Overwatch, and yeah, they was nominated for a bunch of stuff, and then they got a couple of things. But the Russo brothers, speaking of Fortnite, the Russo brothers showed up there, and people were really excited leading up to it because they were like, the Russo brothers are going to be there. Are they going to drop the new Avengers trailer? Are they going to announce an Avengers game, anything Marvel or something? And they got up on stage, they made a snap joke about how there were 10 nominees, and they snapped their fingers, and there's 5 nominees. And then they announced Fortnite as the winner, and they handed the envelope to David Mustard, and they stepped to the side. And that was the only reason they were there. They didn't announce anything. They were just there to give an envelope to David Mustard.
Wow.
And
Colonel Mustard with a candlestick.
And people were just like, what was the purpose of having the Russo brothers there for this? You know, they could have had literally anybody hand over the Fortnite award. You know,
That would have been cool though. If they were
Like-
like, "Well, here's our new trailer." You know, that
Like
would
they-
have blew up the whole room.
they literally could have pulled a guy off the street. It was like, hey, just announce
Here's
pick
your,
up the Russo brothers.
Here's your golden award.
Yeah,
And-
but they're like pretty big in the video games though, so it's probably like an honor for them just to have done it. So that's why they just probably took it.
True, I guess, yeah. But it also makes me wonder why they didn't have them. If they're going to be there, why didn't they do anything Marvel related? Because they did announce a Marvel game.
Yes.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, exclusive to Switch.
Yep.
Why didn't they have them just kind of announce that?
one.
That
Yeah.
would have been cool.
Or just kind of like have them show up on the show sometime around that spot. Because like there was nothing around them when they came
Well,
out.
I'm no longer watching the Game Awards. There's no point.
Why?
There's just no point.
Oh, am I ruining it for you?
No, you're not ruining it. This is all things that I already figured was gonna happen.
Oh,
so
gotcha,
there's no
okay.
need to- I'm just getting confirmation.
Yeah.
I'm watching it now.
Yeah, the Ultimate Alliance 3 was announced, which was a big thing for me though, because I loved Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. It's been forever since we got a game like that, and then they showed the footage of this, and I was like, that looks like Ultimate Alliance, and then they showed Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah. With the
But
Black
it's only
Order.
for Switch, which is crazy. You know?
They're
Yeah.
they're trying to boost up Switch sales, and they're trying to switch the focus over to the Switch, because even though the PS4 and the Xbox One have been out for years now, the Switch isn't selling like the way they thought it was going
Oh
to.
God, you guys are contagious.
It makes me wonder.
Y'all-
It makes me wonder if Marvel is going to make a game that's exclusive for Xbox, because we've already had Marvel Spider-Man exclusive for PS4, Ultimate Alliance exclusive for Switch. What does Xbox have? Nothing yet, right?
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time, in my opinion. Because they were asking them at the Game Awards. They were saying, "So, Mr. Phil Spencer, what do you guys have planned for this next year for Xbox in 2019?" "Oh yeah, well we have Crackdown and Gears. Fort's nice." It's like, but, you know, it's like they have to. They gotta do, do something. And I know they're working on it, but at the same time, Switch has my money. I'm buying this day one.
It looks cool. Like, I mean, you could play, like I said, X-Men.
Well, I'm gonna
Galaxy.
like when the Switch first dropped, or when it was about to come out, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get one just to say I have one.
Mhm.
But now that Super Smash is out and everything, it's time to reclaim the throne. So
That's what I was telling
Now I
Lisa.
need
I want to get that.
yeah,
That was one thing that kind of like stole the show last night. Also, was they made an announcement for Super Smash Bros.
Okay.
So Super Smash Bros. Already has a super impressive roster.
Of course.
Literally every character that's ever been in the game, minus Waluigi, he's not part of it at all, is in this game. They have every stage, every song, everything. It's the biggest Smash Bros. Game, and they're still adding characters with DLC coming out. challenger packs, and apparently there's 5 of them. They announced the first one last night, and it's Joker from Persona 5. Yeah, which is really weird because
That
it's a
is
PlayStation
weird.
exclusive.
That's a PlayStation exclusive game.
But
But it's Super Smash. If any game could grab characters from outside, I mean that's a.
Isn't Pac-Man in it? And
is Pac-Man in Smash?
that's what I saw a video on.
I think. Well, Pac-Man's normally
Sonic?
in Smash, is it not? Yeah, Sonic's in Smash.
I didn't know
I
that.
don't remember Pac-Man being in Smash. Let me look this up.
Yeah.
Isn't Pac-Man?
Did you guys see? Well, you haven't watched it yet, but Zach, what do you think of Hades? That Hades. I want to say it was an independent game.
Oh yeah, by
It looked cool, man. Like for what it was, it's just like a.
yeah, I know the people who made Bastion and Transistor. Supermassive, or Super Giant games, something like that. Yeah, which I love Transistor. Transistor is like this really cool cyberpunk fantasy tale about this this singer that like lost her voice or whatever, and like she's got like this sword that talks to her. It's really cool. This looks a lot like Transistor, but in
Hell.
an older time. Yeah, and I don't know. It looks interesting, but like literally watching it, I thought I was watching Transistor again. It looks like the exact same.
Well, it has that like. Remember, what was that game? Golden Axe, or almost like a Zelda, like old school Zelda, where it looks like you're looking down at the map with the character.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I'm trying to.
What would they
blank.
call that? The way that game was made, it looks 2D, 3D. What is it like a?
Oh yeah, there's a word for it where everything's kind of like at an angle and you're looking at it. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm blank on that too.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, it's almost like a lot of strategy games use it, like real time strategy games and stuff.
Yeah,
it's an easy
like,
angle. It's almost like 3D, but it's not.
But he has all these different attacks with his sword. And, I don't know. It looks different.
Yeah. Obsidian announced a game called The Outer Worlds, which is basically Fallout New Vegas
It looks
in
awesome.
space.
It looks so awesome.
Super cool. So it's made by Obsidian, which they did Fallout New Vegas, and then it's also they're partnering with people who originally made Fallout. So not Bethesda, who bought the rights to Fallout, but the guys who originally came up with the IP Fallout, like the original like top down, right? Is that the term?
Yeah.
The original top down games. So.
That's cool.
The original creators of Fallout, because they don't have the rest of Fallout anymore, they're making this new IP called The Outer Worlds, which looks.
It looks really cool.
It's like Fallout meets
Borderlands.
Borderlands meets, I guess, like Prey, I guess, or Mass Effect
No
to
Man's
some degree.
Sky? Destiny?
A little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of all kinds of stuff, but mostly Borderlands
Call of
and
Duty?
Fallout.
No.
Gears of War?
No.
Fortnite?
No.
Forza Horizon 3.
Mortal Kombat?
Burnout Paradise.
They do have Mortal Kombat number
Tony
Mortal
Hawk.
Kombat 11 coming out.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was actually literally my next thing.
Oh, was it?
Mortal Kombat 11.
I haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah.
it yet, but
You haven't seen the trailer
I
yet?
haven't seen the trailer
It's
yet.
Link.
It's pretty crazy.
Link!
How's it going, Link?
Hey, our
What's
first
up, man?
guy!
We've literally been talking to our reflection. How you doing, man?
We have to do that sometimes.
We just talk to our
Yeah,
reflection.
I do. I wake up every morning and talk to myself.
You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna make it through this,
You're
kid.
gonna make it through it.
God.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11 announced. The trailer looks really cool. Basically, it's Raiden versus Scorpion,
Okay.
and usually how these trailers go, Scorpion wins, and then like some other big threat comes out of nowhere, you know. Well, in this one, Raiden won. Raiden like just obliterated Scorpion, which is like, oh shit, okay. And then somebody like walks up and it's like a new challenger approaches, you know. And he turns around and it's the old version of Scorpion from like the classic games.
Oh
And they
shit.
start fighting, yeah. So whatever that means. and then it just literally went to the number 11. It was like Mortal Kombat 11.
11.
Yeah.
Link's stream was a little late, huh?
Yeah, we were about a half hour late than we wanted to start, but yeah, we're still trying to make it happen. So, but we're talking about the Game Awards that happened last night, and yeah, Mortal Kombat 11. And then for me,
other than that, that was it for characters. They didn't show any other.
no, that was they literally just the way they did it too was really weird because they had the guy. I'm blanking on a lot of stuff tonight, including this guy's name. The guy who like heads the Mortal Kombat Nether Realms. I forget his name.
The old guy, the real old man.
He's got like the thick eyebrows. Can't remember his name.
The old, like the wizard dude.
No, he's a real life person, real life man, a developer.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you
you
were
see,
talking.
but that's not.
You
Yeah, that's
confused me at first.
I could see why.
I was like, wait, you mean the guy, the guy and
the guy they got the guy from NetherRealm Studios to present the award for like the best fighting game.
Okay.
And he said
Well, you said NetherRealm,
Sucks,
that's in
man.
Mortal Kombat too. The net, like, isn't the NetherRealm?
NetherRealms is the studio that makes Mortal Kombat.
But isn't that in
Yeah,
Mortal
but
Kombat?
the hell in Mortal Kombat, I think is he's saying
called
is
NetherRealm?
good
Yeah.
NetherRealm as
So when you
well.
said the
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
I can understand
Yeah.
why you went there. Yeah,
It's
because
like-
I was just like, because I was gonna say, Shao
Shao Kahn?
Shao Kahn?
yeah, or
Shao
whatever,
Kahn?
yeah, whatever his name was, and I was just gonna like,
Oh no,
that's
yeah.
what I was like, oh shit.
Oh, I had no idea. Yeah, it's been forever since I played Mortal Kombat.
you played
Literally.
10?
No.
What?
No, I fell out of Mortal Kombat
Is that
after
XL?
Mortal Kombat.
With Freddy Cougar and Jason?
Yeah, 10. It was good. 10 was good.
The last one I played
You
was
know how many
Mortal
tournaments I
Kombat.
played? You know how many tournaments I won?
I'm not that great at Mortal Kombat. There's so many combinations with the characters.
Yeah, you gotta memorize them all.
I know, I'm not that great at that.
You gotta practice, man. That's all it is. Just practice.
I'm good at Injustice though with certain characters.
But it's the same mechanics.
I know, but
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he was out there
Should
to
get
announce
XL.
the nominees for the best fighting game,
Mhm.
and then he was like, the nominees are. And he turns around and like the screen went black, and then it showed the trailer for Mortal Kombat,
11.
and then like the lights came back on, and he was like, oh, they played the wrong video. I guess that's crazy. But the nominees are, and then they went on with the actual fighting game, which Dragon Ball FighterZ won.
That's horrible.
Over Soul Calibur
Yeah, that's
and
horrible.
was it Tekken?
Yeah. That's
Wait,
just
what?
horrible. Dragon Ball Z beat Soul Calibur and Tekken. That's ridiculous.
For fighting game?
Yep.
Best fighting game.
That's ridiculous.
Dragon Ball Z Kai?
Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Z's?
Dragon Ball. What are you talking about? What are you saying, man?
Fucking with you, dude.
And then Psychonauts 2 trailer release. I just wanted to throw that in there because I got emotional.
Yeah, second on so.
Yeah, it's my favorite game.
He's wearing a shirt. Again, once again, he's wearing the Psychonaut shirts.
Yes, my backer shirt because I paid
Backer shirt.
$150 to make this game happen.
That's fair.
And his name's gonna be in the game, right?
Yes, twice.
So Zach.
Zach, yeah.
Zach,
No,
Zach.
once in the credits and then once in an actual level in
Oh
the
my
game. There's
God.
a hall of
I want to
Flames.
like pay the money now so they can just put Zach instead of your full name.
Zach.
Wait, it was supposed to say Zach Sherman.
And then the last thing I got on here is Kingdom Hearts 3 is getting a like interactive experience starting December 14th at Disney Springs.
That's good.
So they're gonna have an actual playable demo of the game that you can go there and play. They're gonna have like Keyblade replicas on display and like artwork from the game and stuff like that. But like the thing that gets me is like I've always wanted to have Kingdom Hearts something in the Disney parks, and this is as close as we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
At least in the past decade, because I know when like the first game came out, they had like a Sora meet and greet and stuff,
Yeah.
but like they haven't had anything for years. And then now we had to have a full exhibit
They
type
could do it in
experience.
Japan too. It'd be so cool. Like
Well, yeah,
that.
Japan's
Yeah.
Disney has a thingy.
Oh,
Kingdom Hearts
Disneyland
thing.
Japan.
Yeah, they have a. From what I heard, I never like took the time to search it up and confirm it, but from what I was told,
I believe it.
they have a
That's cool.
a Kingdom Hearts thing over there.
Yeah, that I believe it. They definitely like. I've always said Disney's Mickey's PhilharMagic is so outdated. The 3D is so bad on it. Like, why not just make it into a Kingdom Hearts ride? It's literally the exact same thing, but just replace Donald with Sora. Because you're just going through these Disney worlds, you know.
They should.
They should like.
Yeah, Disney Japan is a lot different from the Disney ones here.
Yeah.
Like a lot different.
Where's
like
the one?
like the graphics, the animations, like the things that they do for the rides, like are
The Pirates ride?
yeah, like the one
Yeah,
that I heard
yeah,
about that.
Shanghai.
Yo, that is. I heard that was it's mind blowingly good. Like,
Apparently, we're going to be getting a ride with the same technology over here. And I forget what the ride is.
Star Wars
the
ride?
same. It's probably gonna be a tad bit cheaper.
But I mean, like, it's going to be the same technology that they use for the Pirates ride, but it's not going to be Pirates.
Star
It's
Wars?
going to be something else. And I
It
don't
might
think
be.
it's.
It might be Star
I
Wars.
don't think it's Star Wars.
It's
I think
building
it's
out
something
that
else.
whole 22 acres for just the Star Wars exhibit.
I want to say it was like. I want to say it was something like Indiana Jones related or something.
Oh, what, son? Please.
Because they.
All right. While he's looking that up,
Yeah.
That's
do you
good.
think Nick Fury had a sweet beeper chain for that beeper he had?
The one that had the
Yeah, man. Where's his beeper? Dude, it wouldn't have fell off his.
Nah, but he didn't keep it on his person. He kept it in his bag
Who keeps their beeper in their bags?
because
Back in
well,
the
it was
90s.
not. It's not a beeper. It
Nah,
was.
you guys wouldn't have known that.
it
You
was
didn't
a-
have beepers like me.
Yeah, but
Pager.
my dad had a pager.
Or a pager, beeper,
Yeah, my
whatever.
dad had a pager, and I'd take it and,
And you would
mess
take it
around
and
with it.
throw the codes in there.
Yeah, of course.
Show me your boobs.
All the cheat codes, man. All the cheat
I love
codes.
you.
Show me your boobs.
They nah, but yeah, like
What's
it's,
your?
it's, 'cause it's not. It looks like a pager or a
Yeah.
beeper, but it's not though.
I used to have the one. I used to have a where you could change the color of the cases. I'd have like clear or blue ones. I had like a pager chain.
Good times.
Yeah, it was good times back in the '90s.
Yeah, I love how she landed in a Blockbuster, and I was just like, oh,
Yeah, where's those at?
don't see.
I miss.
Well,
Block-
actually, the one she landed in is the only
Only one
Blockbuster
around?
still. Yeah, it's still
I miss
kicking.
Blockbuster. Shoot, sometimes me and my wife would go there back in the day when we first had met, and that would be like after eating at going out to eat for a date. Let's go to Blockbuster, and even
Just
if we
chill
didn't get
out.
a movie, we'd just walk around, look at all the movies, and talk about them. It was cool.
Yeah, they don't have stuff like that anymore.
No,
A red box that you could walk into.
that'd be cool.
That was something
The walk
special.
box.
The,
The walk box.
the
Walk
walk
box. Wait.
walk
There it
box.
is.
Honey, I'll go. I'll use my left side. I'll use the left side, and I'll go back to the left. You go back to the right.
They yeah, dude. There's a lot of stuff that dropped and happened this week. Like we got confirmation on Anthem, so like that's still going good because
Yeah.
people were scared.
They had like an
Had nothing
orchestra.
else
They had like an
going on.
orchestra of people of singing the song and the.
They like people were terrified.
They had what was the other game? Far. He didn't sound like he said Far Cry, but he was like Far Cry 5.
Yeah, Far Cry has always been a good series, I thought. Oh, and Just Cause 4, no one seems to be talking about that, even though the Just Cause games are amazing.
Really?
Yeah. I gotta get that. Not only that, they're making a movie, and they're gonna have what's his name? Aquaman play Rico.
Really?
Aquaman.
I haven't heard about that.
Well, it got confirmed and everything.
Oh my god. Interesting.
But so there's that. Just Cause 4. Oh, did you guys hear? I don't know. I don't think I told you guys, but did you guys hear about what? Did you guys hear about the news that just came into light about Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad?
Mm-hmm.
About how there was a lot of change. Well, a lot of people don't know that there was a lot of changes to that movie.
Yeah.
But one of the changes to the movies, or the change that was supposed to happen to the movies, because it's not Zack Snyder, it's not none of the directors, it's WB that is screwing the movies up.
Mhm.
So what it was that
I mean, I could have told you that.
in Suicide Squad, Enchantress was supposed to get controlled by a mother box, and that was supposed to do that and whatnot. And those little glob thingies were supposed to be parademons. And the whole, and that's why the CG, that's why they look so, like CG or whatever, just looks horrible on them, because they were supposed to be parademons originally, because it was supposed to start tying in, like start, bringing, the parademons and all that stuff. Yeah, and they just, WB was just like, no. But the guy for the
we want
director's
blobs.
name, I forgot the director's name, but
Yeah.
he had written the WB's just just not letting things slide.
I told you we want bubbly, pimply blobs instead of parademons.
You seen the oil spot under my car? I want that on my face.
Pulsating.
Gosh.
Because the thing underneath my car pulsates.
But see, that's the thing, is like that was a different time than what we have now. We've had like different changes, and like the head of the studio now is different, and
Is CW
it's
the
this
same
whole
as
thing
WB? Are they part of the same?
CW and WB.
Yeah, they're WB technically owns.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why everything's ruined.
Oh, you talking about the TV shows?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If I see one more picture of freaking Arrow and Flash reversed in different in their suits,
That's for the crossover.
it's stupid. It's stupid.
It's for the crossover.
It's horrible.
What's horrible about it? It's for the
It's just
crossover.
horrible. I can't. I can't.
It's just horrible,
I can't
and I
take
don't
it.
like it.
That's it.
Fuck it.
I don't know. It's just not. It's for me anymore.
By the way, I did look it up, and it was an Indiana Jones ride that they wanted to use that technology for,
That'd be amazing.
but the plans have been put on hold.
Of course it has.
But they wanted to use that to replace Dino Land USA over in Animal Kingdom.
Dino Land.
No, I love that.
USA.
But hey,
Not a right now. That's the main thing that I hear about Animal Kingdom, is people are like, Animal Kingdom's great, but fuck Dino Land.
I didn't know my.
porn's on or something. What do you want with a giant cucumber?
God.
What the fuck? Oh my god! All right, John.
Fresh.
Yeah, she's.
Oh, look at this fresh cucumber.
She's interesting.
So, but yeah, so I mean, those were all the headlines that I had. Anything that you guys wanted to touch on from over the week?
Well, apparently parents are making kids wear ankle monitors to help better track their children.
I mean,
I totally agree.
Rally Alert was
Son
made
of
by a
bitches.
company in Florida and costs around $10 a day
for bracelets,
for an ankle monitor.
ankle bracelet monitor. Have them chipped the back of the neck.
It can talk. Apparently, it can talk and even eavesdrop on the person wearing it. So yeah, kids
Sucks for
ain't
kids
getting-
now.
Kids ain't getting away with nothing.
Hear that, Bella?
See, that's the issue though. Like that type of stuff is, that type of stuff. Like, I don't even want to get into that conversation. Oh, because I might offend people.
I was thinking about villains earlier, or this week, like for Batman or whatever. I was thinking of a good villain would be Segway Man.
Like a guy in a Segway.
No, like, you know how like we're talking, we're like, oh, let's segue to this other topic.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he stops the hero. Like they start like talking, and he's like, "Hey, what did you think about this, Batman?" And then Batman starts to answer, and then he starts talking for a second. He's like, and then he like goes to another side. So what do you think about this? And like the whole time, he can never figure out.
Speaking of justice.
Yeah, exactly, Segway Man.
Yeah,
And he can ride a Segway. Why not?
I think Seth MacFarlane already has the covered.
What?
Family Guy? That's all they do in Family
just
Guy is
segues.
segues.
Yeah. I like your cape, Batman. Speaking of capes, you ever been to the Cape? It's a great place to vacation.
So
Is it Cape Canaveral? Nice.
Batman can't get one word. He's got, God damn it, Segway man.
Shut the hell up. I'd say, speaking of shutting up.
Have you ever had that ice cream called Shut Up? That's great.
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the different news that happened, but like I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, I kind of went through all the stuff that I could find.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the big things like the trailers and stuff. So, but
You get God's work again.
just doing God's work.
Just doing it through the airwaves.
Oh, speaking of, because you're talking about Fallout, so apparently
Speaking of God.
the new Fallout game is not, people are not happy with it.
No.
Yeah,
No.
and like I love Fallout. Fallout's, well, just all of them are pretty good.
Yeah. I even loved Fallout 4, and people seemed really mixed on it.
Yeah, I liked Fallout 4. The soundtrack was amazing.
I've never
The
played it, so I
soundtrack
have
was
no
beautiful.
talking.
But it's just, yeah, 76 just seems to have a lot of bugs, a lot of issues, and it's just, oof.
Fallout, in my opinion, wasn't meant for that kind of thing. Like the big draw in Fallout was feeling isolated in a world full of freaks.
Yeah.
And when you have everybody and this
Sorry.
like if you have like all these human players in the same boat, you know,
Yeah.
just to capitalize on that. People love online stuff. Like, but I saw it coming. I knew they were going to do it when they released Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, so if they did that for the Elder Scrolls series, they're going to do that for the Fallout series, you know? However, there were minor gripes for the Elder Scrolls Online when it first came online. There are major gripes for Fallout 76, like major game-breaking bugs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even the release, like they had special editions that had, it was like the power armor helmet, and then it was supposed to come with this canvas bag that you could put the helmet in.
It was a trash bag.
People got it, and it was like this wrinkly nylon cheap ass bag, and they were like, "What about this canvas bag?" And they were like, "Oh, we shortage of materials. We don't plan on doing anything about it." And that was an actual.
Oh, well,
reply.
they did do something about it. They
Well,
gave
they did.
everybody the $5 store credit, like in-game, credit.
Yeah, $5 worth of in-game purchase. Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
Now I
But
can buy another bag.
they actually okay. So there is a silver lining, but just beyond that silver lining is more storm clouds, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. That silver lining is that they were like, okay, you know what? Actually, we are going to start rolling out these canvas bags. And they started gathering people's information for these canvas bags so they can start sending them out to people that deserve them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody fucked up. And all the people that sent in their personal information, credit card numbers,
Oh shit.
everything,
Yeah.
was available to the public.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody slipped up, and all those requests, all those like personal forms for like the canvas bag reimbursement,
Mhm.
ended up just publicly available to everyone. People's credit card information, their names, home address, emails, and everything.
Wow.
Yeah. Total fuck up. This whole release. Fallout 76.
I didn't even
is
hear about that. I just
complete-
heard it was bad, but that's bad.
Yeah, that like even when they were like, yeah, well, you know what? We'll give you guys your canvas bags. Just give us your information.
Yeah, someone messed up.
Yeah, like if it's not one thing, it's another. And like Bethesda
We'll give
is
you
like
a bag of problems.
like Bethesda was one of those companies where like even okay, so when everybody was saying, oh yes, single player games are dead, and online's where it's at and everything, Bethesda were the ones that were like, single player games are not dead.
Yeah, they're not.
You know, and then they come out with this, and they just started like, this is something I would expect from like EA.
Yeah.
You know, or Ubisoft even, but with Bethesda, like this is like totally not. It's like they've lost touch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, me personally, I play one-player games. I play multiplayer games. It doesn't really make a difference to me. But I mean, to say one-player games are dying out, that's not true. I mean, there has been a very huge decrease in like one-player adventure games. Like, you don't have a Jack and Dack anymore. Like, you don't have like, you don't have like a Crash Bandicoot or Sly Cooper. Like, we don't have these adventure games that one person could just sit down and play. Everything has all online.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, you had the Batman stuff, but that's Batman. That's a completely different.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
talking about, Spyro. I'm talking, the adventure games that we used to have. Like, I had this demo just for PS2, and it had Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. And it had a couple other games on it, and it had Barbie's Adventures on it, where she's like some safari Barbie running through the
John's
jungles.
favorite game.
Yo, when I played the demo, I played all the games, and I played the Barbie one. I was just running through jungles and stuff, and I'm just like, yo, if I had the full game, I might be interested.
Shave your legs so you don't get.
But that's the thing though, is like
we don't have one. Oh, Uncharted was probably the best last one player, like where there was a cohesive story and like it was a main character. Like PlayStation
does it.
PlayStation has always been good at doing those one player games.
I mean, God of War and Spider-Man.
Yeah, but like those are too much. I'm talking about like what happened to the simple one player games. Like those are cohesive storylines. Those are universes. Those are built on top of things.
Gotcha.
What happened to just like with we still get Legend of Zelda games, which are still the primary focus. Like it's still one player adventure game. But I'm talking about like those like like Jak and Daxter, like Sly Cooper, like those one player games that just were just a dumb game, but it was like it was an adventure. We just don't have them anymore.
We're about to get Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, that's true, but we'll see. I'm sure that probably has like an online multiplayer thing as well.
I really fucking hope not. I really hope not.
I don't know. PlayStation's running out of mascots. Xbox is just Xbox doesn't have mascots. Xbox has flag holders. Whereas PlayStation you had Jak and Daxter, which was a mascot. You had a couple games that you had Crash Bandicoot. The last mascot, like the last forerunner for that thing was Uncharted. It was Nathan Drake.
Yeah, you even had the Little Big Planet Sackboy.
Yeah, exactly.
Ratchet
You had
Clank,
mascots.
Yeah.
Xbox doesn't do mascots. They have flag holders. They have Chief from Halo. They have what's his name from Gears of War. They're not like here's the mascot, because Xbox doesn't do commercials like that. Whereas PlayStation do a whole commercial about other games with one character.
Kratos.
Yeah. Like it'll be like Sly Cooper introducing a Crash Bandicoot game or whatever. Like they had mascots, and like that's where PlayStation used to be so good at that, but now they're just kind of.
I remember that when they had commercials like that, where like the person would walk into the bar and you'd see like Sweet Tooth talking to Kratos.
Yeah.
And, oh god, it was so good.
Yeah.
I know. I agree 100%. They definitely need to get back into the whole mascot thing.
Yeah.
But
you have your forerunners of your system.
Yeah.
Like I said, Nathan was probably I think Nathan's the last one actually. Last new Nathan's the last one.
I mean, we have Kratos going now.
Yeah.
But he's been around for a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Horizon.
Yeah.
Zero Dawn. And then
with PlayStation it's like specific characters. With Xbox it's games.
Yeah.
Like you have Halo.
It's just the name of the game.
Yeah, exactly. And that's cares?
I never really thought about that. That's, interesting. And then of course you have Nintendo, which is like the Disney of the video game console world.
Of course, yeah.
I always thought about that. Like I feel like Nintendo is Disney, Sony is Universal, and Xbox would be Six Flags.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I could see that. Yeah.
Like still successful, but like its own thing, And then
same. I mean, same with Nintendo. Nintendo's. I don't care what anybody says. At the end of the day, I was in this one group that I had a conversation with, and I was just like, yo, Nintendo's dying, and they know they're dying. This was a couple years back. This was before
the Switch.
The Switch, yeah, they were talking about doing the Switch and all that stuff.
Yeah, because the Wii U crashed and burned. It was like a new console.
And I'm just like, yo, Nintendo's dying. you know, stuff like that. And it's just like the only thing they do is, oh, we're not doing well. Let's drop a new handheld.
Yeah.
Let's drop a new, like, we're your systems, like your systems. At the end of the day, the Wii U was half hand play, like half. Oh my God, half. Well, you know, yeah. It was
Handheld?
handheld. There it is. Yeah, it was half handheld.
Hand.
They don't have systems, and
Half a hand.
that's something they should do. And like same thing now with the Nintendo Switch, it's still handheld. Like yeah, sure you can put it on your TV and it's a handheld. I'm sure the major concept for it was just like yeah, we need to make a new gaming system that everybody will enjoy. Well, obviously it has to be a handheld. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's smart. Let's do that handheld.
Yeah.
But a handheld that you can throw on TV. Yep, you see that's the future. Yep, let's do that. That's the one. But it's still a handheld. Nintendo needs to try to focus on making just a console.
Well, see, that's the thing with the Switch though. It's different from the Wii U, where the Wii U, the screen you had to be there.
Yeah, you
right?
had to be in the.
With the Switch, to put on the TV, you have to dock the actual handheld thing and just use the controllers. You can use a pro controller, and it's just a console.
It's a half and half.
So it depends on how you use it. But like there are people that I follow on YouTube that they travel a lot, and they never use it as a home console. They use it as a handheld.
That's what it is. That's the saving grace. Because honestly, if the Switch was not a handheld, I don't think it'd be doing as good. I mean, it's not really doing that well anyway, but I don't think it'd be doing as good as it is.
Man,
I just because I look into these businesses and I look at the numbers and stuff like that, and it's just Nintendo's. They just need to rearrange their focus.
Yeah.
And they need to start with all the brilliance in Japan. Like you would think that they would have came up with a new roster of characters, like I don't know, but I can just think of like so many anime characters that they could introduce into like the Mario universe. Because right now, that's all they have is the Mario universe. I can't even say the Sonic universe, seeing how they've combined so many times.
Yeah.
It's the the Mario universe, and then Zelda.
Yeah, and then they introduced Splatoon. And
and Splatoon, you see, but that's what I'm talking about. Splatoon was a good. Why are we not getting new characters, new IPs, and stuff like that?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like Nintendo I don't know. They're just they're being lazy, actually.
Well, okay. So here's a couple of rumors that I've heard from the new console generation. So Xbox, apparently, the next Xbox is rumored to be all digital.
Handheld. Yeah.
All digital, no. Just all digital, no discs. Not even a disc drive.
Not a disc tray?
Not just all digital.
So just
a digital box. Yes.
Wow.
Like a cable box.
Fire stick.
Where PlayStation, Sony filed a patent for a new type of cartridge. So going back to like cartridges, like an N64 basically, but like these look like crazy cool.
Dangerous, but okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, with the Switch, you have SD card size things. You know, basically they're basically SD cards. But it's if I could find the concept art for these cartridges that Sony's been working on, it looks like.
I heard about a bunch of different of the concept arts and like what they're striving for, but. I mean, actually, the cartridge thing is actually, I think, maybe probably a good idea, seeing how, like, all these games coming out now are, like,
huge.
80 gigabytes just for the download.
Red Dead is 2 discs.
And then it's 2 discs. Yeah, like, Red Dead was 2 discs, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, that's ridiculous. Discs. So how many discs did you get in Red Dead? 1 or 2 or 3?
Two discs. So Red Dead Redemption 2.
1 to download, 1 to play.
Yeah.
The actual physical copy,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, eventually it's going to be, 2 discs to download and 1 to play. Like, that's that. So the cartridge thing, if it's its own memory cap, like the Nintendo 64 and everything like that, and if you're going about, and with that, if their move is to fix the storage issue, plus your PlayStation has storage. At that point, you have to drop more games. You have to start dropping games, like, because people will take, like, if the issue is space. It's always been space.
Yeah.
I took apart my PlayStation and I put a 2 terabyte in there. Would have gone with a 10 terabyte if I could, but
Really?
they are not compatible. Yeah.
10 terabytes not compatible?
Yeah, with the PlayStation, no, you
I
can't
didn't
do
know
that.
that.
It's only compatible with 2. Nothing higher
How'd
than
you
2.
do that? Like,
You take off the you're
it's downstairs now.
yeah, you basically pop off the cover of your PlayStation,
Uh-huh.
and then you take out the hard drive and then just swap up the new one. But you have to 2 terabytes is the highest though that can go.
That's a lot.
What do you mean it's a lot?
That's a lot of memory.
Oh yeah, 2 terabytes. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
But
you
if they
never-
start doing cartridges though, a cartridge by itself could hold a terabyte of one game, or a couple games if they're gonna start doing like multi-package. Like go back to the demo discs where like you get your demo disc and it's like a bunch of games, but like you can have a demo the potential's there. We'll see.
Let me see if I can find this concept art real quick before we wrap this up, because I want to show you. It looks like it's a cartridge, but it's got a hole in the center. Like you ever see those like do not disturb signs you hang on doors?
Yeah.
It's like that kind of shape where it's a rectangle with a hole in it. It's really weird.
Interesting.
Sony cartridge.
And also, guys, we're gonna work on this podcast thing. We're gonna find something to get this thing up, and then we're gonna start doing them here shortly. Some more. Me and Zach were listening to it, and it was.
Oh yeah, so Young Justice doesn't come out till.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that being the games that you start getting. I think that would be like a game.
There's an insert. Is that the insert? Oh, not bottom. Like what you plug
Weird.
it into the.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't even know how like
How it
it would
works.
insert.
Yeah.
You know.
Huh.
But yeah, it's interesting. Oh, okay. I guess something like this. It would just insert like
that's
top.
what I figured.
Weird.
It's a card, yeah.
That's, everything's coming back around. So weird.
Well, yeah, because we need the past. That's just what it is. Our past
The
is our
past
future.
will save the future.
There was something so satisfying about getting a box with a Nintendo 64 game in it that you don't get anymore with disc games, or even worse
Yeah.
with Switch games. Like I love my Switch, but opening one of those cases, you have a case the size of your hand, you open it up and there's like a little cartridge right here, and then like all this plastic to hold this thing.
Hold
It's like,
it,
what's
yeah.
the point? I miss getting actual cartridges that you pull out and there's like a hefty, like you can
Yeah.
hold it and it's like, yes.
So apparently, Kevin Feige? Yeah, Kevin Feige. He took a look at the Dark Phoenix script, and he reviewed it, and he was just like, "Let me give you guys some little creative, and I'll give you guys a little input." And that's that. But it seems that Dark Phoenix might be one of the first Marvel or Disney Fox films that will have
Starts
some
to merge.
Yeah, start some, because he apparently gave some insight and stuff like that on it.
Y'all could use a little.
Yeah, he's like, let me,
Yeah, let me show you a couple things.
let me,
Did you know I did Iron Man?
tomorrow we get, what's today's date? Today's the 7th. So tomorrow we get the first look at Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
Which is gonna be great. I think it was a good series. I think it's gonna do well actually.
I always wanted to read it, never got a chance to.
Yeah, and then there's gonna be. And then there's also Deadly Class, which I'm really waiting on. Like Deadly Class is gonna be awesome.
I want to say January it comes out.
Yeah.
Daily class?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then I've heard rumors that apparently we're supposed to get our first trailer for Far From Home, Spider-Man Far From Home tomorrow. Whether that's true or not, I mean, that's
Trailer
like
or pictures?
trailer.
What?
Oh, is
Yeah.
tonight the Grammys?
Is it?
Yeah.
I never paid attention to the Grammys.
I think tonight's the Grammys.
The
But
Grammys.
it says Black Panther soundtrack gets 8 Grammy nominations. Wow.
I mean, it should. That was an amazing soundtrack.
Kendrick Lamar should be happy.
Cool.
Amy Adams believes she's done with the DCEU. She says they're revamping it. So
That's confirmed. Like she,
believes she's done with the DCEU.
because they're taking they're getting rid of everything. Yeah, because they have to. You have your Batman is in a drunken stupor, or whatever however you pronounce that word,
Superman,
and your Superman wants to be some
wizard,
witch guy. So yeah, you don't have a choice. You gotta kind of do what you gotta do.
Recent reports have indicated that both Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill's days as Batman Superman are at an end. Amy Adams sat down for a chat with Aquaman star Nicole Kidman, and while welcoming her to the team, she mentions that she's out of the DC universe now and that they're revamping it.
Nice.
Wow. That's crazy. So no more Lois Lane. At least not her.
Well, me, thank God.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I was not a fan
Look
at
like
all.
she's crying all the time.
I mean, I loved a lot of stuff from those first few movies. Like there was a certain,
Yeah.
Like you could tell that they were all kind of connected, and then like with these new movies, like it's like a different. I couldn't tell that this Aquaman coming out is connected to Wonder Woman, or to Justice League at all. Like,
Yeah.
but hopefully they continue with like having a full vibe that they all connect with,
Exactly,
yeah, and then like of course the rumor is that we're gonna get 2 different Spider-Man Far From Home trailers,
Tomorrow?
supposedly. Yeah,
2 different
2
ones.
different, probably like a regular and then an international trailer,
Sweet.
which they've done before. That's what they did the first time we got.
I want a Mysterio.
Spider-Man.
I want them to show Mysterio,
Homecoming.
dude.
I think
Just
they'll
show that.
tease him. I think they'll tease him. Maybe at the.
So
Hmm.
they named Thanos' Snap.
Oh,
Like
shit.
in comic book, in continuity in the universe, in the Cosmic Quest Volume 2 Aftermath. That's what the book title is. It's
Okay.
Infinity War tie-in with a young adult novel by writer Brandon T. Snyder.
Okay.
It's called the Snap. The Infinity Snap is officially referred to in universe as the Decimation.
The decimation.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I would just call it Old Snap.
The old snap.
It
Because of the old snap.
It goes on to say that
It's the Old Snap.
it should sound familiar, seeing how that it actually refers to a similar event in the Marvel Universe at the end of the House of M series, where Wanda Maximoff used all the might of her powers, and infamously declared no more mutants. A spell that resulted in almost all the mutants' powers disappearing from the world in the comics.
Damn. You rotten mutants.
Son of a bitch. Oh yeah. Real quick before we end, I know we're running over. They released a trailer for the Kim Possible live action movie.
Nope. We can just skip that.
Don't watch it.
Have a
It's
nice
terrible.
night, ladies and gentlemen.
We did God's work.
I just wanted to mention it because it's
Of course it
it's
looks-
worse than you think.
I saw my roommate. No, oh, nah, I don't think so. My roommate sent me a picture. I hope I have it, of what Draken and Shigo look like. Oh my god!
It's worse. It's worse than that.
It was a meme, and somebody was just like, "What? They use $5 to like $5." It was like, "What's the? I don't have it." It was like, "What's the What was the budget? $5?"
Yeah, right.
Because Draken and Shigo looked horrible.
Yeah.
They made Kim Possible a little elementary schoolgirl, because Kim Possible was in high school when the
There's
show started up.
There's no Rufus.
Wow.
No naked mole rat. And they showed Ron in passing in the trailer.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't even give him a close up or not even a line, nothing.
Wow.
And all the lines that Kim Possible said were like super cheesy, and then like everything that she did was like these super stylized like hair whips and then like a kick. And it was like, no.
That's
like-
about to get
like
destroyed.
absolutely destroyed. Yeah, like I went into it thinking like
People are
this is gonna be bad, and I watched the trailer and I was like, that was actually worse than I thought, and I thought it was gonna be terrible.
And you'll never get that time in your life back.
dang, man. I don't understand how you mess up Kim Possible. You just have Jessica Chastain do it, and then we call it a day.
Oh,
I'm
my
sure that
Lord.
they can.
That's it,
I'm sure
that's
they can figure something out.
Just a chest.
No,
Honestly,
but
they-
seriously, it wouldn't have been hard to find a high school, a high school girl, redheaded high school girl,
Well,
and then
be
just have
careful.
her.
Be careful.
What? Where are we?
No, I'm see. Because you're talking about high school girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, obviously, yeah.
Not middle school girls.
Yeah, not middle school girls. But
she looks like a middle schooler. Like
yeah,
the one
she
that
she
big
looked.
guy.
I saw like a brief picture of I saw a picture of her, and I
Yeah,
was scrolling or something, and she looked like a child,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
even more so in
Kim,
action.
yeah, I was like, Kim Possible was a high schooler, captain of the co-captain of the cheerleading. Nah, because
She was never there.
Yeah, because she was
Oh.
never there, and
Yeah.
Bonnie had to step
I
in.
never watched the show, so I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But
Basically,
I'm good. I'm good.
did you ever watch Totally Spies?
No.
Live action or cartoon?
No.
I don't know how to explain
At that-
Impossible.
Again, at that time, I was probably at the club, partying, doing a.
What was
I wasn't watching no Kim Possible.
man, was there ever? I mean, obviously there was, but I'm drawing a blank on how to describe it. Basically,
It's-
Kim Possible is this average high school girl.
With spy powers.
Well, she doesn't have powers.
Not
No.
powers, but
She's just this very athletic high school girl who goes around helping people,
okay.
and
And she like gets calls of distress on her phone. She like
Yeah.
answers. She's like, "What's the situation?"
yeah, and like they call her if they like something crazy's happening. They call her, and she goes
You
in.
now must answer your phone every time I call you.
What's the stitch?
And she goes in and she fixes the issue.
Yeah.
But like the villains were always like quirky.
Yeah.
Like you had a character named Camille Leon. Like
It's kind of like it reminds me of
You had Gil with two L or no, it's Gil. Yeah, that's what I said.
I
No,
forgot about
with
him.
two L's.
It reminds
Oh my
me of
God.
Henry Danger show.
Henry.
Yeah,
Kind of like
kind
that,
of like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Cheese
Yeah.
Zealand, yeah.
Or
you had
like
Senor
or like-
Senior.
or Senior and Senior
You had
Junior.
Senior and Senior Junior.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And then
Lord.
you had it's kind of like Max Steel.
Okay.
Like how
okay.
like the old Max Steel, not
Yeah.
this new whatever's on TV now, but it was kind of like that.
But it was good. It was one of
these
the few
yeah,
good
just
shows.
an average
Yeah, I
high
gotcha.
schooler who just went around saving the world.
Yeah, but this movie
Um,
that's coming out, this ain't it, chief.
Yeah, you got
Looks awful. Huh?
Draken, Shigo, Monkey Fist.
Monkey Fist. The
Yeah,
Power of the Monkey.
the power. Yeah. It was just
Oh,
some
who was
wild
the
stuff. DNA Amy?
there was one that was obsessed with plushies.
Yeah, DNA Amy.
Was that her?
Yep. She
And
would
then you had-
she would fuse animals together and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, DNA Amy.
Did you know that was Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah, the voice.
That blew my mind.
I think I don't remember when I found out about that, but yeah, I kind of felt some type of way. I was just like, ooh.
And then you had a guy that was like, he was Scottish and he would just always play golf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He was a villain.
but he would yeah. So when he would swing a golf
Hole in
ball,
one.
he'd swing a golf ball and it'd land and it'd explode.
Oh,
Like so,
okay.
he was
Yeah.
just like kind of like
For laddie.
Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was great. But I just wanted to throw it out there. Like, don't support
Don't
that.
watch it. Don't waste your time.
Yeah, give them bad ratings. So they
Do what
start
I did.
doing
I was at the
more
club
shows.
partying.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I was
That's just
follow what I did. I never
Kim
saw
Possible came on like 3 in the afternoon.
it. Why?
You were at the club at 3 in the
I
afternoon.
don't know what I was working my job.
He was at the club in his dreams.
Yeah, I was sleeping so I can go party that night.
I'm always at the club.
Always at the my bed is underneath the DJ
Yeah,
table.
exactly. Snake.
What's his name? Daredevil finally came out and had a few.
Charlie
words,
Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
About,
everybody's surprised that I was involved with the show. Like they're all like, I don't understand why they canceled it.
I mean, obviously they don't understand how business works, but I
I mean, like for everybody there, they were in the middle of planning season 4
yeah.
when they canceled
And
it.
Mickey Mouse was like, "Hell no, you're not.
Nah, you're good. Yeah.
Come over here."
But
We're gonna cut you off.
But I think we did
I think we did pretty good.
the Lord's work tonight.
Just doing God's work.
Yeah.
Just
It's all right. We got Link to come on.
Yeah.
We'll get more views.
I think you fall asleep.
Next week we'll have more people on, but
Yeah. I mean, people have their
Well,
own
more,
lives.
yeah.
It's cool. But
screw your lives.
hope you guys had a good time watching this. You guys watching in the future. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
I'm gonna go fall asleep now.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Thanks for watching, guys. I was Zach.
John.
Ryan.
It's Fresh Cup of Comics. We'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye. So long.
Almost went into that out of the box and outro.
So long, farewell
Yeah.
to you, my friend.